Okay, theater fans, the new schedule has been released for Broadway shows at Merrill Auditorium in Portland when it comes to the 2025-26 season. It includes some of the most popular shows out there.
Yeah, joining us this morning to talk about another exciting lineup is Amy Petrin, Executive Director and Artistic Director for Portland Ovations. Amy, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So this is exciting too. We just found out that tickets are going on sale. You just announced them last night.
We announced the season last night,
Yeah.
our 95th season, first of all.
Wow.
So let's start there.
Yeah.
I know we don't look a day over 29, but we are 95.
I was going to say 25.
Oh, okay. And so, yeah, so the tickets go on sale today at 11 o'clock for our members. So as a nonprofit, we have folks that are members, that are donors. People can become a member at any minute. They can become a member when they're doing their sale. But so for, yes, at 11 o'clock today.
So they could be a member right now while they're watching the show.
They could
Right.
go
And get the
online,
tickets,
become
yeah.
a member, and then be ready for on sale at 11, or they can become a member during the on sale. They can do it at
Perfect.
the same time. It makes it really easy.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, by the way, first of all, you just brought the story of Cher to Portland. I went to that show too. Awesome. To Portland. Now it's time to feature Tina Turner in November. How exciting is this?
I'm so excited because, you know, I feel like the Broadways have done such a great job in the last few years of really developing these biopics, as we call them. They've moved way past the, jukebox musical. We're really getting the story of these important people. So Tina Turner, it's the Tina Turner musical, and it's everything. It's from her very humble beginnings to the stardom and the ways that she is fierce.
Yeah, watching this video just makes me
Wanna dance.
Can't wait to dance and
Yes.
hear them singing and everything.
I'm sure she's singing Proud Mary in this one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All of the great clips that we have of Proud Mary. It's
Oh,
great.
that's great. All right, so then in January, it's Clue.
Clue.
So that sounds unique.
Yeah, so this one, there won't be a lot of singing. This is the whodunit. It is based on the movie that was the game. So Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet, all the whodunits with the wrench and the rope and the knife, all the different parts. So it's very, very animated, very fast, they call it fast and furious and funny because it's one of those quick, you're just in it.
I love that.
So this is a play, not a musical.
This
So
is a play, not a musical. Yes,
that's great.
live on stage
That's
or
awesome.
dead on stage.
Dead on stage,
As
I
they
like
like to pun.
That's a good slogan
Oh,
for this
there
one.
it is, yeah.
Dead on stage. Well,
Yes,
there it is. This is the
yes,
slogan.
yes.
Hey, back by popular demand after a couple of shows back during the 2017-2018 season, you have Kinky Boots. I took my son to this back then. That's a story that my son was like, hey, I want to go to this. And I had no idea what it was about. And I went and was like, what a funny show that was.
It's funny and it's also endearing.
Yes.
And it's got a lot of heart. It has a lot of emotional content and as well as all the humor. And I always just love to joke because it's about a shoe factory. And where else are we talking about shoe factories but in Maine? Like,
You're
this is
right.
what we do here. So it's all about, it's based on or inspired by a true story. It was a film in Great Britain and now it's a play or has been a play, and it's lovely. It's a young man has inherited the family's shoe business and has to figure out how to save it, and he saves it by creating boots for drag queens and cabaret artists.
That's amazing. I actually didn't know what Kinky Boots was about, so
I
that
didn't
makes me
either.
want to watch. Yeah.
It was a great show, and we hung out afterwards and met some of the actors in there, and it was just seeing how it saved the town, basically, making the boots.
Like you said, like a feel-good
It's
story.
a feel-good story in the
That's
end, yes.
awesome. All right, so then about a year from now, one of the most popular shows of all time, according to Jeff Peterson, The Music Man.
Yes.
This is very popular.
This is super popular. I was saying last night, it was it's so popular they didn't get one revival, they got 2 revivals on Broadway. So this has more nominations for Tonys and wins of all the ones on the season. And it is the musical for everybody. So if you are a classic, theater fan, you'll love it. I know a lot of our staff have all been in it. I hear you might have.
I was in the pit orchestra probably when I was about 20 years old for the Music Man for a community theater in Modesto, California, and I played it. Man, I tell you what, the music in that is just incredible, and the dancing and everything.
And
too.
the references, it's like it's one of those theater pieces that now is part of the icon of the canon of theater. So it's like the references that people make around theater often go back to the Music Man.
Yeah,
It's almost like you can't not sing those songs.
No, and it's got one of the funniest names for a song called Shapoopy.
Yes.
Oh, I know
That people love,
Shapoopy.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
there we
yes.
go. That's amazing. And next June, back by popular demand, Monty Python Spamalot.
Yes, so more laughs, more fun. Obviously, this is based on Monty Python's The Holy Grail. So, all the great lines. I mean, that's one of those ones where, again, people know the lines. It's so funny. There's often a lot of, like you said, interaction interaction. There's a lot of people really get into it. I wouldn't call it, you know, Rocky Horror, but everybody knows the lines and everybody really feels like they're part of the show.
And here's the best part of it. I remember taking a friend of mine who had never been to a musical before and really refused to go because he thought he wouldn't like it, or maybe he was afraid he would like it and didn't want to admit it. But I took him to the Holy Grail, or not, excuse me, to Spamalot. And after we left that show, I go, so what'd you think? And he goes, I really hate to admit, that was really funny. I might want to go to another show. And this is a great show to bring someone who maybe they don't think they like Broadway.
That's exactly right. And I think that's what we love about the series is we always try to have things where, you know, you all know it going in, maybe something a little bit newer, something that is more accessible, something that's maybe a little more challenging. So in any of the programming we do, we have to have that, we have that mix.
Definitely.
Definitely things to bring people to. Speaking of which,
Yes.
Something on our Broadway series, which is a great bring to, is recycled percussion. And we do something it's called Broadway and Beyond. So we have also performances that are not technically Broadway national tours, but they're very similar in scale. And this is a great one. It was on America's Got Talent. It was on the Broadway, or on the Vegas Strip, and won Best Family Show. So if you like high energy, spectacle, percussive performances, it's perfect, and it's great for bringing teens and tweens too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of reminds me of some of the other shows that just out of nowhere become popular. Same thing, Blue Man Group was made by a bunch of percussions from a drum corps, and it became one of the biggest shows, not just like making tours, but now it's got a stay in Boston now. You go see it.
And I think recycled percussion has that same, power, and it has that same potential to become the mainstay. So we're really excited to bring it to Portland.
And you have a lot more than Broadway shows next season. Let's talk about what else is going to be featured.
So let's see, we do every art form, music, dance, and theater. So I'll say one of the highlights in dance is Rennie Harris Pure Movement. He is the choreographer who brought hip hop to the stage from the streets like 30 years ago. They are an amazing troupe. They are doing all the things you imagine, you know, the b-boying and the spins and all of that. But there's also a really wonderful message around innovation and creativity. So that's a highlight in the dance season. Musically, Chucho Valdez, who is an amazing Afro-Cuban jazz pianist, and he'll be here with his band, and it'll be fantastic. He's just, I keep talking about, he's just this great, amazing elder statesman of jazz, so that's a really fun one. And then we've been doing some programs since 2020 with our community in the Wabanaki community, and several years ago I was talking to our partner Chris Newell, and they had just done a sunrise concert at Scudic Point during COVID with a number of Wabanaki musicians and also Yo-Yo Ma. And he said, I'd love to bring that concert to the stage, but I know we can't get Yo-Yo, but let's get all the other musicians together and do a performance at Merrill. And I said, well, actually, Portland Ovations has been presenting Yo-Yo for about 30, 40 years. We can get to Yo-Yo. So, and I'm getting goosebumps. So we are one of 2 places in the whole world that will be presenting Yo-Yo Ma with Wabanaki artists at Merrill Auditorium. There'll be one other concert at Dartmouth College, and it's, like I said, one of 2 in the whole world that are doing this performance. And it was built for us, with us, and we're thrilled to do it.
You guys always get phenomenal shows and really keeping the arts alive and just really exciting times. For people that want to buy tickets, want to join so they can buy tickets at 11 o'clock, what's a website they can go to?
So they can go to our website at portlandovations.org, and that will send them all the way to Portix, which is eventually where we do the tickets. That is our trusted local box office, so we encourage everybody to check out Portix. And the other thing I'll just mention that if, you know, when folks become members, what they're also doing is supporting our school programs. So we bring about 10,000 Maine students through performances at Merrill and other venues all year long. So it's a big community commitment.
Wow, and it's a big season for you guys.
It's a
that
huge
is so
season.
exciting.
95.
Yeah.
95.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
this
you for
morning.
having me.
95 years young.
Yes.
There you go.